Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational monster train series where we fight the divinity in every run. This is going to be a weird intro. Remember that thing that started the pandemic? It's still around. That whole COVID 19 thing. So, I went to a wedding recently, and I went there with my SO, and it was one of the most surreal experiences I've had in a while. I don't really get into very public circumstances that often, admittedly. I don't love it. I'm not an extrovert, let's be real. Despite the fact that I maybe come across that way during YouTube recordings or whatever, it takes a lot of energy out of me in order to interact with other people, and it's very draining. So this is a very rare circumstance for me. And I go to this wedding, and every single person other than my SO and I and our little small group that went together is no mask. Okay, so that's terrifying. Now, fortunately, a lot of this is outside, so I'm not that terrified of it. In a lot of cases, 6 feet distance, you're outside, so you've got a lot of open air. But still, it was a little dicey. And then when all things were finished at the end of the day, we come home. The next morning, we just get an email from the literally the bride, who was just like, "Oh no, COVID got out at our wedding and like 15 people are sick now." And it's actually like it was over the next couple days, but it was wild. We got super lucky that we were not affected thanks to wearing a mask, but we were like within, 15 feet of the people who were sick. So, pretty unbelievable when you think about it. Anyway, I don't know. There's a lot of folks who think that quote unquote the pandemic is over, and while things have calmed down now that more people are vaccinated in general, the coronavirus is now endemic, which is another way of saying it's kind of like the flu. You're just going to have to deal with it, and it's going to be really awful. So I don't know. I don't feel like I'm ever going to go back to just wandering around without a mask on completely. I feel okay doing it with people who, I know these people. I know that they're, vaccinated, and I know that they're, being safe about it. They're not rampant wanderers amidst other folks and so forth. So I'm happy to, when I'm over at like a friend's or whatever, we can figure it out. But I don't know, man. Some people are just like, everything's fine, and then they get horrifically sick for 3 weeks, and it's like, oh no, who could have seen this coming? The consequences of my actions. Anyway, that's about as much as I'm going to rant about that. That was a ridiculous little scare that we had that I'm glad we didn't get struck by, because that could have been really rough. I would have been out of commission for a good while. And fortunately, I'm fine. So is she, admittedly. That's also important, because if she had gotten hit by it, she has a weaker immune system than I do. Then it would have gotten to me eventually anyway. But we got lucky. What the heck are we doing? Now we're gonna play some Monster Trains. Enough talk about that. So, right, our previous run was with Firelight Fade. We finished our Primordium Firelight times, and now I get to play my least favorite champion, Echowright. Incredible. This was Firelight 3 with 2 multi-striking plus 25 Paraffin Enforcer infused Train Stewards. I know. There was a Draft infused into a Lady of the Reformed as well that ended up, I think, with like plus 50 health, which was pretty crazy. The advanced prototype pretty quickly took over the run. We had Karuska with Echo Infusions. It rocked, honestly. We ended up, I think, also with a Stealth Tomb that had a Devourer of Death in there as well. So just a really solid play run. And didn't I name the episode I skipped Carving Karuska for this? I think that is what I called the episode. I don't remember offhand. I don't put that in my notes. But really, I think that the advanced prototype was a win automatically by seeing it in that particular setup that we had. And that might not be a choice that I think most people make. Anyway, we're going to play Echowright. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have a sneeze in the chamber, and I'm going to try my hardest to mute that. I'm going to get it. You're not going to notice it. That's going to happen eventually. So if I go randomly silent, you know what's up. Anyway, Echowright, there it is. I think we're just going to do this, so I don't have much else to add. As always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's see how this goes. Good old-fashioned train of thought. Yeah, let's make it happen. Hiya. All right. Ooh, buddy, excellent. Every time you see root seeds, you feel good about it. But yeah, here we are. I hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing okay after kind of calming down after that scare. I think we're doing all right. Nothing too crazy. We got lucky, and it's been long enough that it would have manifested in some way if we got hit by it. So I'm glad that we didn't. But I'm doing okay. Hopefully you are as well. Today we are Exile Wurmkin, Exile Awoken, a spectacular clan combo. Good infusions, good opener, good starting card, good pings. You pretty much couldn't ask for a better opener in terms of starting cards here on the Root Seeds Echo Break front. You have a ping, you have a Root Seeds, and then you have a really good set of openers that'll get you through the early game, so... We're facing Explosive Sigil, Daedalus, Rage Arcus, and Patient Seraph. Patient could be a problem if we don't see Daze, but we'll see what we see. We could end up on something like an Endless Egg run for all we know. It's very early. Starting cards are Bounding Echoes, Wildwood Sap, Total Recall. Total Recall is trash. This card will almost certainly go away, but both Bounding Echoes and Wildwood Sap are excellent. The 4 opening etches is a very strong play. It makes Repeater a little weird because, you don't want to Repeater Bounding Echoes necessarily, but it makes Shellsmith very good if we have to go down that path. Although I will say I would absolutely snap click a Marsh Lord if they showed it to us. Let's see. Temples today are 2, 4, 6. Really? 3 temples and they're spread out a little. It's a bit of a bummer. We're going to have... Fortunately, this is a train of thought episode. We're going to go a little bit ham on these, but at least there's a couple that are later. The Ring 6 one is very important because otherwise I might have to go really hard on shards early. Not great. We have a removal dupe on Magic Side on 8. That's exceptional. A good Steel Shop on 7, competing with kind of an okay Hellvent. You have a Horde there with it too. Good Steel Shop again on 6. A lot of good opportunities to see those upgrades here. Big fan of that. And then we have a Magic Shop with Cave on 6 as well if we need it. There is a Money in the Middle Trinket Shop. Double money, actually, now that I'm looking at it. That's pretty strong with Wurmkin and Awoken. Awoken relics are okay. There are some really good ones, though. So it's nice to have a chance to see them. I think things like, Emblem of the Exiles are among my favorite relics in the game. It's just free scaling on every floor. It's excellent. And when you think about the thresholds of survival in later combats, adding 5 health over the course of 9 turns is actually a sizable improvement to your survivability and can hit some important thresholds that get you like an extra 1 to 2 entire turns in Relentless, depending on what you're doing. So keep that in mind. Not that we have that relic right now, but I like it for a reason, is what I'll say. All right. Now, that said, on 5 we also have a really good Magic Shop. Has a Vortex and a Cave. Just really good stuff overall. Another really good Steel Shop on 4. Honestly, really good shops in this run. Huge shops. 7, 6, 5, and 4 all have great shops. Now, we might not take them all, but, fair enough. Random Hellvent and Awoken banner on 4. Again, we might need this for an infusion or something. Especially since that's one of the few temples we have on that floor. Early game, we have double magics. Wurmkin banner on the steel side on 2, Awoken banner on the magic side on 2. Magic Shop's immediately valuable thanks to Root Seeds, but I do not have the payout on Holdover, so I probably wouldn't do it. Honestly, a great opener, though. First Hell Pact. Obviously, you could go infinite on this if you see the Awoken's Rail Spike. Pretty good. I don't like taking it in this order, especially when Notice Stone with 4 consume cards is just significantly stronger. It makes your Echo Breaks that much better. I'll take it. Echo Break buff is good. Notice Stone, let's go. Okay, Repeater Shellsmith. Now, Repeater Shellsmith, I think Shellsmith is going to be much better here. I'm a little bit bummed that we didn't hit Marsh Lord, but that's okay. Repeater, like I said, is going to be awkward with Bounding Echoes. It's much better when you have one really good etch trigger, and you bring it back all the time. It's not bad with Wildwood Saps, but not with everything. I think Shellsmith takes the everything in the kitchen sink approach a lot better, so we'll grab that. Certainly will help in the early game. And all things said, I feel strong enough to take this Horde, so we're going to grab it. Bloating Fungus is not an impossible pick with the Wildwood Saps that we have. No restores, though. We could maybe double stack this somehow, but we also have armor, which competes a little bit. It's a little bit of a bummer, but I think it is Winged Indulgence. It's never volatile gauge. Don't throw your run like that. We move on. It's not a great relic, but it's not terrible. I could take this unit draft. We have enough tools here to beat this out. Yeah, we have the tools. Okay. Good opener. It's a good opener because I can drop Echo Break and... the interesting thing about the not the Marsh Lord of the Etch, the Shellsmith line, is that he's also a more important part of your damage line here. Kind of an interesting realization. I think I'm going to put him in front, and then I'm going to give him the Wildwood Sap. We'll just play it right away, and then take the Root Seeds here. We're probably going to get a... yeah, we got a heavy in the back there, which is fine. I am going to earn money here. I'm going to click on Root Seeds. I think those are good decisions to make. Buff in the back. Return 3 random spell cards from the discard pile to your hand and apply Consume. Sure. I will burn some stuff. Fine. We take 6 there. Oh no, we take 4 because of the lovely Winged Indulgence. Amazing work. We're going to eat dirt is kind of one thing that's going to be a true statement here, but it's not that bad. I am going to slam the Echo Break here to stop 2 damage. We're going to kind of... I mean, we knew we would take this hit, right? It was guaranteed. Honestly, though, only 15 for a unit trial is not that bad. I do want to kill the guy behind the boss, for sure. Then we Echo Break. I mean, and then we Root Seeds, and we're chilling, right? Easy win. We have simply too many stats to lose at this point. So, good. We make it past this. That's a lot. That's a big cost, obviously. We could have taken a lot more damage there if we'd gotten the 9x2, but we didn't, so it's fine. I'm going to take Proclamation. This is a good frontline hit. I could take another Bounding Echoes, but I feel pretty okay about our state right now. Take the Proclamation. Purple Razor Sharp Edge. Yeah, of course. Obviously. Shard Soul Carver is a good unit. I'm going to take it. Yeah, we take that. I would like very much an Awoken banner here. An Animus of Will would be excellent. I would just flip this and put Carver into the Animus to have a million hits. I don't need the Merchant of Steel that badly. Multi-strikes are fine, but I do have a really good holdover target now, so we're going to go right. We'll see what we see. It's unlikely it's on the top. Yeah, we don't see it. That's fine. Now, I could go, like, Shattered Shell infused with Carver. It's certainly an option. It's honestly pretty darn good. We have the good survivability. It'll do. Sure, it'll do. I'll do it right now. Ooh, -2. I don't know how to feel about that. -2 into something like Razor Sharp lets you do a spell chain pretty comfortably, but I don't think so. Yeah, we go Carver into the Shattered Shell here. Now this line does require I actually find multi-strike, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'm gonna give... Where's my next temple? 4? I'm gonna just take a -1 on the Razor Sharp in case we get like an X5. That would be functional for me. I am gonna 20 and consume an Echo Break and then move on. We have 40 shards, which is high, admittedly, but I feel okay about it. Spikes, I might take a bunch of damage here, but I actually think I do need this money. I also have a good sweeper with scaling built in and Root Seeds. I feel like we have the tools to make it out of here, right? So, like, just big gain there immediately from... Yeah, we just self-ping, honestly. Yeah. Sure, cool. I would like very much to earn the money, and then I'm going to click the Root Seeds here. My goal is to try to get enough to kill this guy in front, but we'll see. Right. I don't want to lose my frontline fellow here. So I think we ping in the back, and that lets... Yeah. I take a chunk there. I don't love that, but have to play this. I'm taking another 13. That's a lot of damage we are eating here. We're not dead. It's a lot of damage we're taking for not a lot of gain, unfortunately, is the way I would describe it. But we are going to win this combat. It's always sort of a challenge here, right? And then I can play the recall and get some health back and blast again. Total recall actually doing okay. We take a ton of damage here because of the high shards. And then a little bit more from the spikes. It's a little bit. I'm going to take Shelter. Good card to click. Glimmer. I mean, Purple Sting, I have a Carver Infusion. We're being, I would say we are definitely in the aggro territory. Let's go to double Horde side. I think it's going to be more valuable, although I do love the Magic Shop. Let's do the double Horde side. Ah, Magic Shop though. Magic Shop, let's go. Commit. It's fine. Run is easy. Game is simple. 20 consume an Echo Break. -1 a Root Seeds. Reroll this. Okay, we don't see the holdover, but it's fine, alright? It's okay. We're going to take the Horde in the middle. I'm going to click Vapor Funnel because I think it's smart. We might leak something, and I don't need... I guess we do have access to Egg now if I wanted to, but I've already kind of committed here. We're fine. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cave now. Copy a card 5 times. I mean, this is actually unironically going to be Purple Razor Sharp Edge, so that's pretty cool. There's a reason I put a -1 in it. Alright, excellent work. I feel strong enough here to survive, which is really the most important part. So we move on. Pretty quick turnaround on that combat and that ring. Obviously have 3 hit points, which is, you know, a little dicey, but it's fine. Stop the bomb. It's good. Go ahead and scale, play things out, whatever. We should have no problem surviving this, is the way I would look at it. Our damage is definitely where it needs to be. Yes. Okay. Now, as long as I don't get heavily bombed out, I think we are cruising here. We're over 57 already, so let's shoot the boss then. It's fine. Yeah, we're doing all right. Okay, we need to be careful about our friend. Ah, shame. I was going to say we need to be careful about our friend Echowright passing away in the bombs, but I think with this Shelter we're in a great place. And I can honestly don't play the Proclamation because it's better to get the Slays. Yeah, we're way ahead on this combat. I'm not taking a single hit of damage here, and that's great news. You just click Total Recall for no real reason. I don't really need these cards, but the consumes are actually okay here. I don't like Total Recall, but it is doing alright in this combat, which is nice to see, you know? We'll take it. I will not self-ping. I'm going to shoot the boss for 12. It's okay. We're getting a lot of slays here. We have a ton of armor in the back. I think we have all the tools we need. Just don't accidentally kill yourself is really all it comes down to. Right? Just don't accidentally do 2 more Razor Sharps here. The X5 on Razor Sharp definitely makes me feel like a plus 25 would be useful here. So there's that as well. Alright, good. Cool. We easily win this combat, no damage taken. Great work. Alright. Cool. I had a feeling we would. It's nice. It's great. That's fine. Unearthed Remains, it doesn't matter. I don't need these echoes for anything. Adaptive Mutation doesn't play nice. We skip this. I have put myself on a kind of dangerous trajectory. I can skip both Hollows and the First of Kin here. We have everything set up. Ember is strong. Play more cards of the cards I'm seeing. But I do have, I mean, draw is going to be more important with how many 0-costers we have. I think we do take the draw here. Yes. Now I would like to go and hunt a steel shop. We have very good steel shops. You'll notice that my selections are going to be very fast. Rapid fire choices as far as... Ooh, Repeater. Repeater gives me etches, which I do like here, and there's a lot of decent triggers. It's good survivability. If I'm on the Shellsmith line, I do want the repeater. Yes. Okay. You'll notice that I'm going to be picking my nodes fast because the paths are the strongest by a lot. There's very little that I need to really think about here. I just need to hit, is kind of what it comes down to. Alright, we have a multi-strike, which completely cleans up this early game in a big way. Now, I would love to overstack him, but I think I do want to wait out for a plus 25 here. Let me look. It really just depends on how I feel about this Ring 5 magic shop, right? Although I guess I could. I don't have a lot of money. I was going to say I could pivot to the double money trinket shop there, but I like this magic shop a lot more. It's just a question of, do I feel like I'm likely to find an overstack here? Because if I see something like Sunderstone or Tiny Stone or whatever, you're going to really want to have an upgrade in that slot. I actually think it is worthwhile, although I am sad that it's not a plus 25. They didn't show it to me. We just got a Spike Stone instead. A little bit of a bummer. I'm going to hold out. I think the statistics are against us in terms of finding this overstack. And if we do find it, we're going to be stronger anyway, so I kind of don't care. Let's get rid of Train Stewards. I don't think I need much else here. Plus 30. Intrinsic is fun. Is there an intrinsic that helps me here? I do have to answer Patient eventually, so I can do that with just a truckload of stats, but... and just so much armor that it doesn't matter. Let's see. 10. This is going to be 25. 35. I can get to 90, and then I have to dupe something that takes shards on 8. Well, nothing right now takes shards on 8, so that's actually not good for me. I could just take this intrinsic, potentially. So I do, I mean, like, you have also the option of doing a whole bunch of stuff here. 25 on ring 6, and then 35, 50, 60. I can super get there, right? Yeah, I can super get there and just chill right now. None of these are that impressive. Not going to buy removals because I have so many good ones in my path. I think we just save the money and move on. Cool. Yeah, 55 is dicey here. I actually think this aggressive amulet is very scary. I skipped a quick, and I did that intentionally because I do actually think I want health here instead. I also think quick makes Patient more dangerous because you clear the waves and nothing pops the melee weakness before Patient hits. So that does put me in a potentially scary position here with aggressive amulet, especially if I'm playing top floor. This is a very low damage combat though. If I take no trial, I think I could get away with playing bottom. Right? Which is actually very true. I think you could maybe get away with this amulet, but because of the circumstances, I do have multi-strike, actually. We're okay, right? I think we would just be at risk of losing Echowright is the thing. I don't love that. I think we're fine. I think we're okay. I had to go back and forth on this a little bit. Now the question is, depending on upgrades, do we play bottom? Do we play top? That's a great question. I can play bottom. It's dicey if we get upgraded units, though. I will grant that. Ooh, I will grant that. It's good to... I've put myself in a bad situation, but I think we can get out of it. We'll play bottom. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Wildwood Sap here, and then the Root Seeds. Now, we do leak this guy. Bit of a bummer. We ping, it's fine. We buff. I'm going to click the Wildwood Sap. I am going to ping out one of these guys so I do not die. Right? The Consume also helps here. He's taking 25. I have to hit in the back, unfortunately. It's a good turn, though. We do get out of this. I'm going to try to take money here because I'm greedy. Dicey. It's okay, we repeat her in a big way, which I think is high value. Very good razor sharp turn here. Lots of triggers. I can stop a whole bunch of damage, which is excellent. I could stop 5 upstairs. I think I do need to keep etching for survivability here, or I'm doing something wrong. I think I'm going to build armor downstairs. I'm going to accept some hits from this. I have taken... I mean, actually, Vapor Funnel. I forgot about Vapor Funnel. Wow. Vapor Funnel. I just hit this guy for 3 health and it's fine. Blast the 20x2? Dear God. Look at that, man. It's terrifying. I do think clicking the Wildwood Sap is correct here. I take 12. What if I just click Shelter instead? That's much better. And then I'm going to blast upstairs, which guarantees that I get this kill. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and go downstairs and just build up armor plays here, pretty much. I will play the Proclamation for the Inspire trigger. I'm not going to self-ping. It's a bad deal. I think we get out... Yeah, we get out of this strictly because I have such a good setup otherwise. Don't accidentally kill yourself, but you chill otherwise. We even actually keep Echowright alive. Yeah, we played this right. I actually completely forgot I took my Vapor Funnel. So look at me being intelligent. I take 0 and I get everything. Amazing. Broken Memories is kind of a double, right? A double etch if I ever pull it back. So I think it's always worth it to click this. Invigorating Solution, Bramble Lash. No, we skip these. All right, we're in a good position after that combat. I'm going to go to the magic shop. I think it's worth it. I hope we don't hit an overstack, but we might. You never know. Let's make a root seeds cheaper. Good. I don't feel like I need it. I mean, I may as well 20 consume something, right? It's good to have. I don't want to burn them all, but they are really good weapons. Sure, let's do it. Remove consume? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and re-roll this. We do see a holdover. The question you have to ask yourself is, do I actually want to hold over a Razor Sharp now that I have just so many of them? It's kind of funny. That is quite funny. I'm going to cut the last 2 Train Stewards for sure here. We're good on that. Easy mode. I'm going to look at this cave, see what we hit. Get money for Pyre health? I actually kind of value my Pyre health here. I'm going to the steel shop coming up. I could use this for removals, I suppose, but we're actually pretty okay right now. What do you hold over, if anything? That's a good question. I actually don't want to remove Total Recall incredibly, because there are turns where you could draw this where it's suddenly like, yes, I would love to have 24 armor generated on my floor. So, yeah, click it. What do you want to hold over? I was thinking Proclamation, maybe. I think the X5 makes the Razor Sharp a bad holdover target. We just have the density that I don't need that much. Yeah, I don't think I need that. I don't think I need to trade my Pyre health here. I'll be real with you. I'm going to skip this. I value my health a little higher than the money. I do think it's wrong to skip holdover, but we don't have many options for 10 and piercings or 20 or rather plus 30s left. We obviously could hit. I skipped the plus 30 earlier, and maybe that was a mistake, but I couldn't have known that this would be here, and I also don't think I would have ever imagined this was the correct choice. Make a -1 and a root seeds first. This is just a for sure choice. I'm gonna add a plus 10. I mean, I could actually just give up and take a 100 damage version. No, I'm gonna plus 10 one of these echo breaks, make it actually valuable. I'm gonna think about this holdover. Would I actually want to play Proclamation every turn? It's pretty good, right? If I get a 10 in piercing, I think it's big. I see a magic shop later on in case I have to go with a plus 10. Pretty good likelihood of seeing it and going to the Hellvent. Alright. I don't know about that. That's just a tough call. What if I skip this? Do I feel okay? If I get a 10 in piercing or a plus 30, I'm going to feel really good about having done this. Let's actually do it, and then we'll move on. I do have to take the money just because shards are going to be difficult to come by otherwise. Yeah, Heaven Seal I'm not afraid of. We'll play top floor here and just kind of crush. I did see the multi-strike, so we're fine. Chill. Now, unfortunately, I cannot... I guess I just click the shelter, and we then repeater it back and let it ride, right? That's fine. Man, I really did not draw the answer to hit the collector, did I? That's a bummer. That's a bummer. Oh well. Fair enough. I am going to play Wildwood Sap into this shelter, and then I'm going to just click the Proclamation, because that seems like a smart thing to do. We easy clobber this, even though we have potentially the scariest lineup for the next wave, right? Bring back that shelter. I should probably hit the enemy. Probably correct to stop some of this damage, but I do want the slays. Yeah, let's actually ping downstairs and blast there. Interestingly, the Notice Stone doing a lot of work on that holdover proclamation. Yeah, true. Interesting. We do, of course, make it past this, which is great news, in fact. Hooray. It was tight, but we did it. Amazing work. At this point, I'm comfortable doing the sting into the shelter here, and then just kind of pinging some of these out, because we easy do 180 in the back. Even though I steal some slays, it's fine. I feel like we've got it. Sure. Cool. I actually feel quite good about the state of this run right now. Go ahead and just send it on the consumers, burn up everything else. We'll play the proclamation in middle. Oh, I don't have the ability to. We'll blast upstairs. No reason to even take that hit. Cool. I feel good about the state of our run in a lot of ways. There's a lot of things working in my favor here. I can just like blast a guy, for instance, and then just blow him up and he's gone, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, we're clearing it. This multi-strike does a lot of heavy lifting for us. We do need to be cautious on accidentally killing ourselves, but I do think buffing the damage is worthwhile. Sure. Total Recall unplayable in that particular moment, but we easy win. Just click end turn here. Yeah, got it. Good. Okay, now, if I see another multi-strike, how do I feel about it? I probably still click it. Cursed Vines is fine. We'll take it, sure. Why not? Return Soul is good. It's, in fact, excellent. It's purple. It makes another purple. It's very strong. Cycle of Life, unironically good because I can play the Razor Sharps on my guy again. We're going to click it. I can upgrade that to be cheaper and be happy about it. It's a good -2 target. Go to the Steel Shop, play it out. See what we get in the Temple. It's a +30. A 10 in Piercing into the Proclamation is gigantic. This is such a good card. We will, of course, take the 10 in Piercing into the Proclamation. I think this is worth more to me than the +30, actually, which is funny, but true. We're going to take another upgrade. I'm looking for, I mean, like, Quick. You know, with the Cycle of Life, I think Quick is super doable. I have to be concerned about Patient. We haven't found an answer for him yet. I will generate, what, 8 armor per etch, which is pretty sizable. This is just such a good survivability angle into every other combat. And it's right here. I should take this. I really should take this. I'm going to take it. Multi-strike Quick. We can get away with it. All right. It's risky, but I'm feeling okay about it. I do need to cut some cards. It's time for Total Recall to go. I have decided this card is essentially unplayable to me in most cases. I'm going to burn what? I don't know. I don't know what I'm burning here. Got it. Great question. Good discussion. All of these cards are fine. I think double bounding Echoes is maybe redundant. I could find better things to draw there. Maybe? Probably? I have pretty good purple coverage right now. Admittedly, it's just like Wildwood Sap, Shelter, and then my units, pretty much. And then the Bounding Echoes themselves. I guess connecting it with Broken Memories is pretty good, but... Okay, now one thing to keep in mind, I don't have a great solution for Patient. Something like duping my Shattered Shell and sticking it on another floor is not going to last for very many turns. It's not a very durable unit. We should respect Patient and try to walk in at pretty much exactly 100 shards. I'm going to drop a Bounding Echoes here. I think there are better things I could draw. I don't want to get rid of all my pings to consumes, and I don't want to remove them either. They take the Notice Stone very well. I'm going to drop a Bounding Echoes. Just refine a little bit. I need to upgrade my Cycle of Life at a magic shop, which I'm guaranteed to see on Ring 8, which is nice at least. This plus 30 is not necessary. We're going to plan on... I can at least get 25 just from the middle here, even if nothing else, which takes me to exactly 100. We're going to be on high alert for Day's Answers here, is what I want to say. High alert. Patient is terrifying. If this had been any other Seraph, I think we already have the win. But because it's not, we don't. Echowright, Shattered Shell. I'm going to buff downstairs with the Root Seeds. And I'm going to play the Wildwood Sap here, even though it makes Cycle of Life unplayable, because it does begin cycling here. You know, it enables me to successfully do some stuff, which I think is worthwhile. Okay, play, consume cards. We're going to go ahead and click Shelter, and then I'm going to Broken Memories back the Shelter. It's good. I could burn something here. I can actually return soul back Cycle of Life to make it a little playable for next time, which is kind of cool. I like that. We're looking for high power everything. Nothing will walk on me, which is good. We're going to easily clobber the floors, which is great. Energy, yes. Click the Echo Break. Then we click the Shelter for huge stuff. Then we Broken Memories back the Shelter. And we can even start clicking 140 damage and piercing on Proclamation is pretty decent. That's going to do a lot of good work. This also makes it a lot easier for me to avoid stealing kills with Shattered Shell, which is cool. It's kind of funny, actually, when you think about how much damage I do here. Because the answer is a lot, actually, in case you had any doubts. The answer is big numbers. This is a lot of this is a lot of armor generation in kind of a big way. Honestly, I'm just going to hit this guy. I think it's fine. Does a little more damage overall. Fine. Sure. Cool. Alright, we're looking for big numbers here. I think we can get it, but I am respectfully concerned about Patient. I think that is something that we should all be thinking about a little bit. Honestly, this Proclamation is too powerful. I just should skip it now so I get the slays. Kind of weird, but true. I think he's forced to come upstairs one more time, by the way. I think that is true. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm just going to blast stuff. Give me those consumes. Incredible news. We're super strong here. Yeah, I think this is the incant. Yeah, alright. The final one. For 400 damage on the boss. I think we actually win here, even if I click literally nothing else. So, I think the way to do this is to buff mid-floor, strangely. Because this guy's already dead, right? I literally can kill him with my own ability, so that's neat. I will not etch upstairs. I'm going to play the Echo Break. We're going to blast him with Proclamation. And then I just shoot some other stuff, and it's fine, and we chill. Cool. Oh, why did I play all that? Purples on the other floors, actually. I don't think I needed them, but it's okay. I I guess I should just do 190s to the boss at this point, right? There's no reason not to keep clicking it. Yeah, good hit. Great. Alright, don't accidentally kill yourself. You're actually at the point where you super could murder yourself here. So, make good choices is the way I would describe it. It's cool, right? I guess we just hit the boss. Boss is not looking in good shape. We're definitely going to beat the Divinity if we get to that point. I mean, at this point, it's very straightforward. Cycle of life, my guy. We finally did it. Incredible. Number-wise, we're super good. Just really far ahead. 144 armor up front, 236 in back. I mean, it's good. I just need to not lose to Patient, and he's going to pummel me. Wurmkin Etchings is pretty much a perfect play here, because I can use this to get, like, so much armor, and it's itself purple. For sure we take that. Now, I'm drawing a lot of cards. I actually think Ember might be cool here, being honest with you. I have so much card draw between everything else going on. Not necessarily bad to take more, but there are turns where I'm not spending all my Ember. So let's actually take Ember here. I honestly could take card draw and be okay with it, but... Alright, Guy is already overstacked. I don't benefit that much from removals. What do I dupe if I go left? Great question. Actually... I still think looking for, like, Bog Slime would be cool, though. My removal situation is okay. I think we're actually fine here. I draw enough. Let's go left. It's fine. Board says... Sketches. You what? You dupe your guy and play middle and then lose? Cool. I'm going to take Faulty Loader then, I guess. Fine. It lets him get started. Divine Horde. An Emblem of the Exiles. 100%. 100,000%. And then we're going to click Shellsmith 2 here. I want 8 armor per etch. The dupe here is much harder to come by and decide on, but I think it's probably just random shelter, actually, even though it's unupgraded. A little bit of a bummer, but that's okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. If I can ultimately get into a cycle where I'm playing 5 million etches into Patient, I think we still win. Yeah, I think that's true. I could take the Proclamation dupe. This is a really good card that I'm happy to play more of. You could also take something like Return Soul, but I think really it's just survivability. I need to find... I'm going to take an extra shelter. Even though it's fully unupgraded, I'm okay with it. I just need to answer Patient somehow. Yeah, Ancient Hate, whatever. If I lose, it's not to Ancient Hate. It's pretty much all I have to say about that. Cool. We airdrop in Carver here. Yeah, play the guys out. Click Bounding Echoes here. Pull them forward. I don't really want to self-blast here. The etch would be kind of cool, but I'm going to chill on those. Sure. Alright, great news. Bounding Echoes, we're going to buff in the back here. Big number time. Big number time. I'm going to want to shoot in middle so I can hit him with the Proclamation, which is great. Hit upstairs, consume upstairs. It's pretty okay. I guess I can shoot this guy too. All I've really got to achieve is I've got to get over a certain threshold here of a certain threshold of damage to get rolling. We already have it. Great work. Go team. Cool. I'm going to click Cycle of Life because you can't stop me, and that seems reasonable to me. I'm going to burn a Wildwood Sap here. Well, I think we're already there, right? Number-wise. Burn a card. The card I burn is actually just going to be a Razor Sharp Edge. I don't need that many. Cool. Great. Excellent news. Alright, we're way ahead now on this particular combat. Now it's just like, alright, cool, click buttons. Button go burr, pretty much. I'm just gonna spend a whole bunch of stuff. And then, honestly, I mean, we click Shelter, we click Wurmkin Etchings, and then what, we stop clicking the Proclamation. We already have the kills. Yeah, and now it's just, alright, great job. play cards out, consume stuff. All good, I think. Shoot a guy, play shelter. Oh no, not the Wurmkin etchings. It's okay. I really don't care. We're fine. I don't have to do anything fancy here to win from this position. We have the victory, for sure. I can just do Broken Memories onto a card I want to play again. So here's a Razor Sharp Burn. I'm going to shoot, and then I'm just going to play double shelters. It's a lot of armor. That is a lot of armor. Feels pretty good, huh? Yeah, we're way ahead, right? Super winning on this particular instance. Bring back purple shelter here and chill. Cool. I think we already have the W, right? Easy. Cool. Game is super simple. Shelters. Shelter. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Don't click cards. We have a victory. Okay. Not afraid of this combat. Give me like Daze card and make this run really simple for me, maybe. That would be awesome, actually. Okay, no Daze card. I guess we should have expected as much. Ambient Charge, Ancient Resonance, Echoes the Past, Patient about to be a challenge for me. A second Cycle of Life, no thank you. I think we chill. Okay. Great. Exceptional. We go to the right. We plan on taking 10 in the middle, and we go exactly in at 100. Fine. Firestone Housing. A little late for that, sadly. But, you know, fair. I don't hate hammered chest plates, unironically. That is like 3 additional... It's 3 additional Razor Sharps. Magic Shop. I think the big play here is to make Wurmkin etchings free. So when I cycle this, it is maximum value. You could just 20 consume and really go ham here. The thing is Wurmkin etchings is going to become... I don't have way too many cards, so I can't really etch loop very clear. I have too many consumes. It's just throw everything at it, pretty much. But I'm not mad about that, right? It's okay. I could just take 2 of these. You know, I could just play 2 Wurmkin etchings and go completely ballistic. I actually think it's pretty decent to do, so I might do it. Holdover. Sad thing I don't have... I mean, you can hold over Return Soul and really blow this run up, right? It's actually pretty decent, right? Guaranteed etches. Sure. I think at this point, I'm kind of just clicking things because this is very much an everything in the kitchen sink run. I describe this as it's the sort of run where decisions are important, but not that important because I'm throwing everything. This is very much just like whatever cards get drawn, I'm blowing up, basically. I'll take another Wurmkin etchings. It's strong. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to 100 shards exactly. The removals here are, I don't even know. What do you cut? Great question. Great question, Monster Train. Who can say? None can say. I don't really want to remove stuff. Actually, the Wildwood Saps are probably the worst cards here. Because I'm going to have so much armor that the regen does actually nothing. That's true. We're going to drop these. They're etches, but they're also kind of dumb. Cool. I have a ton of cash. What am I going to do with it? I'm going to buy hammered chest plates, and then I'm going to re-roll this. Carving Karuska is suddenly disgusting because of a holdover proclamation, so I'll grab that, absolutely. I haven't bought any removals on this run, and I still don't think I need to. I guess you could cut like a Razor Sharp Edge and be fine with this. I would sure like a little bit more consume density, I suppose. Sure. Why not? Live a little. Remove a card. I'm worried about Patient, right? We're going to do plenty of damage. I don't need this many copies of Razor Sharp Edge. Let's, again, live a little. I think I'm actually going to cut the upgraded non-consume Echo Break. I think I'm going to burn that. Sure. We have Quick, so this is far less useful now. Sure, get rid of that. Alright, we have removed a bunch of trash. We've gone completely ballistic. We have exactly 100 shards. I think we have the tools to win. It's just a matter of card draw and hope that Patient is not on top floor. 100 out of 100. Go somewhere else, Patient. Be literally anywhere else. Hey, you know what? Awesome. Incoming Echowright. He drops. Alright, we're actually doing okay here. Click the Bounding echoes. You're gonna self-ping, as weird as it is. Am I? Yes. 100% I am. It's weird, but do it. It's purple. And then we razor sharp, and we're going to go ahead and click the shelter here. Give me another shelter back. Alright, we missed. It's fine. Cool. Run is horrifying. Yeah, we just need to send it, is the problem here. It's a scary send, but I need to generate a lot of value. And the value, actually, the interesting thing is, this is a slow combat in terms of enemy damage, so let's buff the enemies in order to get card draw. The most important thing I can be playing here is actually the Wurmkin etchings. I do really think that's important. Let's let the rest of this sit. I don't want to leave these vine grasps in. They're kind of dumb. All right, we'll get rid of it. Cool. Great, he gets hit. Cool. All right, our whole goal here is to just generate a truckload of armor, basically. 100% is to just survive the madness that is this. I could also, of course, I could bring the vines to get my Shattered Shell forward if things are really dicey. Armor is more important than anything else I can do here, so go ahead and just click these. I definitely want to finish on... Armor's more important than this scaling, for sure. I want to finish on a high-powered shelter. So it's going to be, it's shelter, and then it's Wurmkin etchings, then it's Wurmkin etchings, then it's broken memories, then we blow this guy up, I think. Because it's double proc thanks to the Karuska. Okay, now we have to survive an X3 attack here, which is terrifying, but we do it. Okay, it's fine. Alright, now remember, the etches trade up here in a meaningful way, so click those. That's good. Then go shelter here. Then we go Wurmkin etchings, broken memories. We shoot in middle. I don't think I need the Karuska angle here. I kind of want to don't incant this guy too much. We'll hit the Karuska downstairs. That's fine. Okay, he's alive. He lived. Good job. Okay, just click a disgusting amount of other cards. It's fine. Etch. Etch. Blow it up. Armor, please. Our damage is pretty low, I will confess, but I think we still get it. I'm not drawing anything else, by the way. I have not drawn like my shelters or whatever. I could potentially drop Echo Breaks here and hope for better. It's not a bad idea. Drop these Echo Breaks in order to draw some better cards. As long as we're above the threshold of death, that's really what I think this is about. Okay, so let's... Etchings, broken memories, because those cards are good. We'll Karuska mid-floor, and we chill. I don't want to play these other ones. We can do better. Hey, he's alive. I'll take it. Alright. Cool. We're going to go ahead and click Razor Sharp here. It's fun. I'm then going to... I could burn pretty much whatever I like from my discard pile, which is... I don't really want to. I'm just going to click Shelter. I want to jam up armor here. And then we're going to go Wurmkin etchings, broken memories, and I'm going to loop that. I'm going to drop Proclamation at this point. Our damage is high enough to kill enemies. Yeah. I want to try to see more consume cards and ramp up. Yeah, double Shelter is pretty much exactly what I was hoping for here. Cool. Go ahead and charge up a bit. Charge up. We're going to go Shelter, etchings, broken memories. Our goal is to generate a truckload of armor here. And I think we pretty much have the ideal loop to achieve that right now. Just a lot of armor generator. We're at 212 in front, which is very good. If I have the X, we press end turn. Okay, we have the X, we win this combat, we press end turn. I actually think there's an objectively correct choice of clicking the Shelter here, though. So, you know, there's that as well. Bam. Cool. Good job. Don't click anything else. We have so much armor in the back. I'm fine with how this turned out. We played it a little conservatively here because I didn't want to lose, but yes. Now, we do have to respect the power of mini-bosses in Divinity, however. So this one is going to play a little differently. I'm going to try to find some more of those razor-sharp edges. Actually important. Alright, airdrop in your guys. Cool, we're going to go ahead and buff, and we're looking, and I'm going to repeater something here, and I guess I'm going to use Vine Grasp to clear damage shields on bottom, which I think is reasonable. Okay, we do want to hold on to the proclamation here. I think that's worthwhile. For sure. I actually think it's probably worth it to kill some guys. Nah, whatever, it's fine. Send it. I do think we want to play Shelter Wurmkin. Shelter Etchings is pretty good here, I think. Yes, I think it's good. Sure. Fine. We're a little low on damage. Make sure that we, on this particular turn, we Curse Vines out a... Yeah, we pull one of these guys forward. This is fine, I think, right? Bottom floor is a little dicey. Let's pull a guy forward, I think. Sure. We see triple Razor Sharps, which is very important here, I think. These are important plays. I want to click the Shelter for sure. Very important. Huge armor. Then we go Wurmkin. I think I will click it, right? I really kind of want to just... I'm going to take out some things on bottom floor. I'm a little diced out. I don't like this idea of the spikes and everything. We'll work on it a little bit. Alright, fine. Okay. Cool, another Razor Sharp, good. Remember, mini-bosses are the thing that we fear most. So mini-bosses are the problem. We can do a lot of work to it with this proclamation, though, which is kind of great. So we click Etchings, Shelter, Broken Memories, and we pull back the Wurmkin thing here. I'm going to blast downstairs. Honestly, seriously, though, the mini-bosses do a majority of the work here. I could shoot him. I think he's already gone, though, right? It was fine. I'm going to let it ride. I don't want that. If I can get slays and really set myself up for victory here, I think we'll be better off. I would like very much to Bounding Echoes here, so I can get a purple middle, so I can click the proclamation. Alright, the mini-boss is gone now, which is great news. I can click Cycle of Life at long last, which is excellent. I would like to draw more cards next turn, so let's return Soul back a Root Seeds here and send it. It also puts us over the threshold for killing the enemies here. Good, great, in fact. We're over the point where I'm afraid of that mini-boss, which is incredible news. We get the kill, amazing. Alright, fine. I do want to return Soul a Root Seeds again. This seems weird, but every single one of these lets me draw just a little bit more. I would like to hit my shelters, though, if the game would be so kind, so there's that as well. I'm going to only click one Wurmkin Etchings here. I think we're okay on the survivability. Leave some of these garbage behind. I just need to balance how much I'm seeing of my survivability cards versus my damage cards. Great. You know what? 100 shards is a much more manageable amount of damage to deal to this last night and these mini-bosses, especially when I have a 200 damage Karuska that I'm just full sending religiously. Just completely sending it. Now, this is a great opportunity to return Soul back to Bounding Echoes, actually, so I can hit both shelters and just go completely ballistic here. Amazing. Honestly, we're looking good. I think we super win this combat from this position. We have enough survivability and enough everything else that we're good. And honestly, the Consume Root Seeds are doing great. They're doing great work. Mid-floor, we definitely killed it last night. Amazing. Honestly, looking good. I don't even need to play the Return Soul anymore. We have it. Cool. Great. Amazing. Alright. It's good. Good. Click Root Seeds. Click Root Seeds. work upstairs. I could actually just kill the guy down here, which is funny. Or kill the mini-boss. There's really no reason to, so I might just drop it. I think I'm going to ping out one of the Curse Boys downstairs, though, and then I think, just go... I mean, we'll click it, right? It's Shelter, Shelter, Wurmkin Etchings, Broken Memories, then we bring back the Wurmkin Etchings, and we chill. I do it this way because I want him to get the Slay on the mini-boss, and I don't need the thing anymore. Yeah, we have it. Excellent work, team. Amazing. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. It's like 600 armor. We did great. This is a good example of a run that is very flexible. I think... I don't know what I'm going to call it, but I do think that this run's ability to approach each combat very differently, depending on what you want to consume when, how fast you want to move. Well, obviously faster always better, but sometimes you want to you find the cards you want to play early and you just slam those cards repeatedly and you're not interested in gambling on future draws, which is super viable. And another option is simply just how much health do I need? How much survivability do I need? We survive Patient off the back of just some random garbage shelters. I could have upgraded these earlier in the run. I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that I could have upgraded this before doing it. It didn't matter though, right? We had the card draw and I was okay with the state of things, and I took Ember anyway to kind of offset this. I was playing very reactive here because it depends a lot on what you see when. And for instance, a great example, I took Cycle of Life anticipating I would put 2-1s into it. Never got those, right? Because they ended up going into the Wurmkin Etchings I saw later, which then got duped. So, you know, there's a lot going on. Obviously, I could have put a -1 in a Shelter, thinking I might dupe it later. At that time, no idea I would do that. At that time, no clue. Could not even anticipate that I would be going that direction on that particular floor. You know? So, sure, fine. It's, you know, there's maybe some marginal improvements you can make with hindsight, but I don't think it's necessary. I think we had a line, we found it, we made it work. Proclamation, by the way, this card is incredible. The piercing on this, the Notice Stone synergy, my goodness. We were doing so much damage with this. I could 3-turn a mini-boss, no problem, at 100 shards. This is also a great example of a run that struggles a lot at 200 shards, because that Patient is going to be a monster if he's got Rage and he's got Trample. I mean, the Trample's not that important, I guess, but... I think you very clearly could lose... You could very clearly lose Echowright here. 100%. I think that's a big risk. No days options in the whole run. You're running off of survivability generated from Shellsmith, essentially. I also think this run just straight up... does this straight up lose on Repeater 3? Probably, right? I think it probably does. I think you have to anticipate that you need the Shellsmith in order to live... It's also just better on the opener, so I don't know why you would click Repeater, but anyway. Fun little X5 on a razor sharp edge that I had a -1 in. Good stuff there, glad to have it. That helped with scaling a lot. Certainly it would have also made it possible to overcome not even seeing multi-strike, which is good, so cool. A lot of fun, good stuff here. Just a solid run. I think that this kind of is a good use case of Shellsmith 2, Repeater 1, Echowright. I don't love this because why his stat line is all weird, and I feel like Echowright's generally kind of a bizarre champion that I don't think synergizes as well with the clan as he should. I've got problems with him, but, you know, functional, right? I can't call him a bad champion because, look, he played an important part in our run. He was mission critical. You know, I mean, I think something like Cultivating Sentient probably outperforms this particular case, right? He's essentially functioning as a slightly AoE Cultivating Sentient that's worse, but we would have won with Cultivating Sentient even more solidly here, is a good way of thinking about this, because the self-scaling on Shardsoul Carver's health would have been fine too, and the shelters hit him as well, so... I mean, how much did Echowright really do here? I don't know. He was at least on the floor, so he's better than, like, Prince and Tethys and some of that other trash down that area, so... Anyway, not much more to add. I think this was a little tight in the end. Patient, very scary, but we take it. I also think that this is something that a friend of mine, It's Tangalicious, otherwise known as Heart, has mentioned before, and I agree with, which is that Awoken survivability in the absence of a Hollow or a Super Tank is actually not great. Kind of funny enough, right? think about how flimsy my front line is without Echowright dumping armor down. Yeah, kind of an interesting world, but yeah, good stuff. I will let y'all go there. Not much more to add. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.